for me. I haven't gone live. That's not true. I went live like once or twice, but I'm going live now because I want to talk to you about something. And I think it's super duper important. I'm super sweaty right now because I'm out walking in Florida. It's 8:22 in the morning. I've been out walking for about 45 minutes, and so I'm dripping sweat. But I wanted to talk to you about something. I asked a question recently on Facebook. I said, what do you do when nobody's looking? Now, you know how when you ask a question, I mean, there's a handful of things that happen when we ask a question, but often when we ask a question, we already have the answer in mind. We already have an idea of where we'd like to lead people. That's nearly always why people ask questions. It's really awesome. So quick side note, I'll tell you, there are really three types, which is nearly an impossible question, right? I have an idea. I want to lead you here. I'm going to ask you a question. And the only way you'll get it right is if you answer it the way that I want you to answer it. That's one. Two is a trick question. Whenever I teach, I let people know if it's guess what the teacher is thinking or a trick question. And a trick question is fascinating because a trick question can be a question that seems so easy. For example, who are the first people on Earth? When you just ask that without letting people know that it sounds like a trick question, they'll be like, oh, shoot, like I thought it was Adam and Eve, but what if it wasn't, you know? Or what color is the sky? And then people think, well, I'm pretty sure it's blue, but why are they asking? So that's the second kind of question. The third type of question is for reals, from your heart, honest, I want to know what you're thinking question. And I thought that was what I was asking the other day. But apparently it wasn't, because the answers I got back were unsatisfactory, if I'm honest. I had people say crying, I had people say dancing. And I was in very much a business mindset. When I go on my walks in the morning, I listen to business books, and either business books or scripture. Those are the two things I listen to, or I talk to my family. But that's what I do on my walks in the morning. And so my brain was going business-wise. And I realized and remembered how recently I had something we had to leave the house at 6:30 in the morning. And so for all of you who know how to do backwards math, hello to you guys who are watching. Hello, drop a comment, say hi. I'd love to say hi to you. For those of you who backwards math because of kids or a job or travel time, hey. Let me see who you are really quick. Crystal and Anime Girl. Nice. Welcome. Hello. Often we, oh shoot, I just lost oh yes. So we have to backwards math, right? Like I needed to leave at 6:30, which meant if I wanted to go for an hour walk and come home and get less sweaty, I had to get up and leave before the birds. And so that was fun, but I did it. And so when I was asking the question, what do you do when no one's looking? I meant, what's the work and the effort that you're putting in when others do not see it? And I think that is something that we don't often realize or see or understand, right? What people do when no one's looking. I'm a business owner. A successful business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. I have been doing this full-time for my family since the day my husband called me and said, I'm going back to school. It's now your turn to support the family, which is incredible. It was scary, but I did it. But what people saw was me spending time with my family. What people saw was my husband being home. What people saw was me being with my children. What people saw was me going to church. People saw me being happy, posting, smiling. And that was all true. What people didn't see was phone calls, messages, working sometimes while other fun things were happening, sacrifice. People didn't see the effort I put in to get so good at my craft that I could help people across the United States and across the world. I have clients on every continent. That's really incredible. I help to heal and transform people And I do that very well. People didn't see me develop those skills. People haven't seen the hours and hours of training, of experience, of learning that I have done in order to get really good at what I do. And I think that that is one of the fascinating things about social media. I guess it could always be there if you have like a reality show about you, but even then, it's not really real, right? So it's really fascinating. Hello to everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Um, and it's really cool that we are able to do things when nobody's looking, and that's what makes us stronger. So I also have a podcast called Stronger Than You Think. If you're subscribed to my channel, you already know that and you see that. My husband and I have a podcast called You're Doing It Wrong Because I have short hair, he has long hair. There's all sorts of things that we've done wrong. And the truth is, other people have plenty of opinions. And the other truth is, other people's opinions don't pay our bills. So that's okay. Love us, hate us, that's fine. We're going to be us. The biggest regrets in life are not being authentically you. On people's deathbeds, they were asked questions about, there's been so many studies, what's your biggest regret? And the biggest regret isn't that I was authentically me. It isn't that I lived my dreams. It's that I didn't. I listened to other people's opinions. I got offended when they called me a boy. I can't tell you how many times I've had that happen. And that's okay. Like, you guys want to do that? That's on you. Like, it's fine. You can have your opinions. And then you know what? We're not for each other. So if my voice calls to you, then we're each other's people. And if it doesn't, that's awesome. Find somebody whose voice calls to you. But I ask again the question, what do you do? What are you doing when nobody's looking? Are you playing on your phone? I've actually been criticized for saying get off your phone while also being somebody who posts, which is fascinating. I spend, a couple minutes besides when I'm live posting a day. That's it. Out of 2 hours, I spend less than 1 on social media posting. And yet I'm criticized for it. And that's fine. People can say what they want to say, right? So I encourage you, what is it that you do? And as Stacy Lauren would say, good morning, have a good one too. My friend Stacy Lauren would say, I dare you. What do you do when no one's looking? My friend Mare would say, that sounds mean, girl. And so it's a nudge. It's a nudge to think about something, challenging you to think about what you do when nobody's looking. And I say get out there and be even bold and say what it is. Live authentically you because nobody else can be you. One of my mentors, Eileen Wilder, says, you alone